Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Yes, someone was crazy enough to give me my own show. My show. This is called the 6 of 1 Football Show. Welcome. And it's on FTB Sports. Let's have it large. What's up, everyone? Like I said, this is the 6 of 1 Football Show. The reason I called it 6 of 1 is because my dad, who is on the screen today, thank you, Dad, used to say the phrase, that's 6 of 1, half a dozen in the other. I shortened it to 6 of 1, which then I was told that doesn't make any sense. And then I said, I really don't. So that's why it's called 6 of 1. I want to welcome everyone.
Can't hear you very well.
Having a few difficulties with Dad's internet, but we'll get there. I want to welcome Linton to the show. He's a Spurs fan.
Up Spurs.
And a season ticket holder. Tim is also a Spurs fan and a season ticket holder. Hello, Tim.
Hello, everyone.
We've got Michael Reed. He's not a season ticket holder, but he is a Red member, and we love him because of it. He's an Arsenal fan. And
definitely.
Then last but not least, we got Tony Cotton, my dad, who's having a bit of issues. You all right there, Dad? The bar's gone. We might come in and out with Dads, but we're going to crack on. So, obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm hosting the show. So, I might be biased on certain points. But, seems as Dad is kind of on the subs bench at the moment. It may be a good thing. So, we're going to start first. The first question is, what is your best ever North London derby memory? I'll go with you first, Linton. What's your best ever North London derby memory?
Good question. I've got a few. Possibly my favourite. I think we've beaten you a few times recently, so I was trying to think of the main one. But I think we beat you 2. I think it was 2-1. We beat you. Harry Kane rising in I think like 80 odd minutes. But for me, the special bit was when he scored. Like the camera was right on me, and I know you fuckers saw it as well because I know you were watching from home, and you'd have been devastated, absolutely devastated, and you just saw me riding around celebrating. It cut to me a couple of times, and yeah, that was great. And then also, well, it was not actually a win, but when we drew 2-2 at the old stadium, I think it was like 2016 or so, and Kane scored that wonder goal, ripped the mask off. But I think we equalised just before that. I think it was Toby, scored. And it was like that 5 minutes in the stadium was possibly the best atmosphere. It just went fucking nuts, even though you fucking got jam equaliser towards the end. But
was that at White Hart Lane though? That one.
It was at the old White Hart Lane, yeah.
Have you got any from the Emirates?
When we beat you 3-2, it's the only time we've beaten you there. So, oh no, well in the League Cup as well. And
League Cup doesn't count. It's Premier League this weekend.
Well, it does, doesn't it?
Does for Tottenham. It's the only thing they can win.
Whatever, fucking whatever.
Excellent. All right, let's go to Michael next. What is your best ever North London derby memory?
So many to choose from. So many good moments. It's really tough. Like a favourite moment, I think, was do you remember when we went 1-0 up at the Emirates and then Tottenham kicked off and Fabregas stole it on the halfway line. I think he took it past Huddleston and nutmegged Ledley King, ran through on goal, scored straight away. That was like just such good atmosphere being there after literally just scoring almost 2 goals in 30 seconds. That was good. I don't think we can get away from the 2-2, a draw, I know, but winning it at White Hart Lane in the Invincible season, though. I think that for me was, when we were at our peak, we were cruising.
It's a long time ago now, wasn't it, really?
It was a long time since we were at our peak. But at least we've had a peak in recent memory. And yeah, I think that taking that away, how happy they were to get a draw, but, celebrating on the pitch. Big Sol Campbell having the time of his life. I think that for me is up there.
Those are some good memories. They're the ones I like the most. Okay, Tim, what you got for me? Just so you know, I did send you all these questions pre-podcast, so you should be ready for these. You should be ready. Are you ready, Tim?
I'm ready, mate. So I thought I'd talk about Tottenham glory days as well, just like Mike did about the Gooners. So when we last won a trophy in the semi-final for the League Cup, when we rolled you over 5-1.
5-1.
At White Hart Lane, and I was there with my old man, and lower tier, North Stand, just behind the goal. An incredible game. Like, I think Genius scored after a few minutes, and Genius, love him or hate him, had a knack of scoring great goals against the big clubs from outside the box, and that just set us off. It was a great day, and obviously slightly starved of success over recent years, and in the noughties. That was an amazing game. Everyone was buzzing, and then obviously we went on to beat Chelsea in the final. But that's a proper memory. Great day, never to be forgotten.
Not as many, but it's still a good memory. I like it. All right, Dad, we're going to come to you. What is your best ever North London derby memory? All right. I don't think we've got him. Unfortunately, having real technical problems there over there in Epsom. It's not going well. Okay, we move on. We move on. We will get these problems sorted for the next show. So,
Ollie, do you get a favourite moment?
Yeah, I was going to say we're not going to ask these questions.
of
Let's
course, yeah,
come on, mate.
because Dad's not there.
Take your best place. Let's hear it.
I liked. What was the one when was it 4-2 when we won 4-2 at home? And Torreira scored. Was it 4-2? Yeah, that was probably one of my faves, because I think you were all a bit. They had the big I am at that point. You thought, yeah, this is going to be easy, and it was good evening. Who wasn't even a great manager for us, but we still beat you. So that was a
better
good
record
one.
than Arteta, though, did he not?
I think he did, but then he had less games, so
Was that the Eric Dyer, Aaron Ramsey game?
Yeah, I think so. He's rubbish, and he Dyer. Jesus, I hope he plays tomorrow, because he is useless. Anyway,
to be fair, he started this season okay, so
we move on. This is one of my favourite questions. What is the thing you hate most about Arsenal, Tim? What is the thing you really hate the most about Arsenal?
Well, I don't know. Like, there's so many to choose from. It's a tricky one, and that runs deep inside me. But it just seems to me that all of any sort of trait that might annoy you about yourself, about your own club, is emphasized.
I mean, nothing annoys me about myself, but
about the Gooners. You're just a worse breed of North London football fan. It's how I look on it. Like, I don't want to be over the top, but
so that's
annoying,
the thing.
Disgusting.
It's the
fans. No love for the club. No proper love for the club. You've got. Right. Imagine having an embarrassing nickname for your stadium like you do. You know what I mean? I mean, who has that? We get banter when we're quiet about how bad a fans you are at the ground, and we're never quiet at the ground. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It must be. Okay. It just must be sad for you to go to home games, I imagine, particularly over the past couple of seasons or decade.
Has it been any better for you?
Well, yeah, we've had some wonderful nights at the Lane and the New Lane.
Like when you've won some trophies at the Lane.
Our march to European final was an enjoyable experience.
Okay, so you're saying the Arsenal fans are the things you hate the most. All right, got it. Just so you know, though, I was watching Talk Sport the other day, and the Spurs season ticket holder came on the show and said tomorrow he's going to bet against Spurs for Spurs to lose. All right, that's all I'm going to say. That's all.
He's just going with the odds.
Yeah, and he did it on national radio, and he was a season ticket holder. So
It could
You
have
know-
been a mole.
No,
It could have been a gooner.
he definitely wasn't a mole. I'm telling you.
I'm going with a mole, to be fair, mate.
And this is the same guy who also put £2,000 on you to lose that European final.
He's a rich man then.
Yeah, he only won £1,000.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Michael, what do you hate most about Spurs?
So
Don't say me, Mike.
no. I'm thinking about it. Obviously, like, when you think about clubs and hatred, not the clubs that we hate. In my growing up, Manchester United, because of the rivalry, the team battling us for the trophies. Then later Chelsea, similar. And we've never really had that with Tottenham much, have we? Really, So it has to come down to, and following suit of Tim, I think it's the fans of Tottenham. I don't know if it's pity that I have for them or anger or what, but there's some sort of pain I feel for them, of how they've had to be so strong and speak up so positively about nothing. A little bit like the parent with the really ugly children, that they kind of keep trying to tell you that they're beautiful, but that really, they may be on the inside. But,
see, I like that analogy. That is.
So I think, and I've met some good Tottenham fans. I think you've done well to get probably the two most stereotypical Tottenham fans on one call together for your first ever podcast. Because if we want to talk about deluded, outspoken, bitter, there's no two men I'd rather have in a room talking about this than Tim and Linton. So yeah, kudos to you.
That's 6-1 football. That's what we do. We bring the people, the people's people. Okay, Linton, how do you respond to that? Or what do you hate most about Arsenal first?
It's a difficult one to say what I hate most. I'd say, I don't know, in recent years, you talk about us being deluded, but like the last, I don't know, 5-6 years, you keep harking back about how great you used to be. And I think there needs to be an acceptance that we're now at your level or above. And I think that you haven't quite accepted it. And I think the way that your fans go on and fucking chirp on all the time about, we've won this. But, we're now at your level. And I've always said to you over the last, 6-7 years that we're catching you and we're on you. And now we are. And you're still you won't probably admit it on this call, but we're at the same level now, which I kind of like.
I think we can all agree that Arsenal and Tottenham are on a similar level at the moment, which is too far away from the top clubs from where we want to be at the moment.
But I think this is where it comes in. So I think leads on to what I feel about it, is that me and Mike on this call here, if we were at the same level as you, but we were fighting to win the league, then it'd be like, oh, fair enough. We're on the same level. We're coming 7th and 8th in the league. So we can openly say, we know we're not very good anymore. But there's still that little thing in the back.
How does that feel, though? How does that feel now knowing you're not such a great club anymore?
Trust the process. We're still a great club, and we will come back.
This process you keep going on about. I want to talk about this process.
Well, that's good, because we're going to go on to the next thing. It's going to be all about processes. Okay. But yeah,
this is the delusion I'm talking about. Let's talk about this process. Come on, Bob. I want to hear.
This is not in the questions. No, I seriously think that this season started very poorly, but I'm starting to see things and starting to see improvements. And I think within the next 2 to 3 years, we will win one of the major competitions.
2 to 3 years.
Your start for the season.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it your worst start? Wasn't it? You played Burnley and Norwich, was it? You've beaten, and then before that, you had your worst start in 75 years. Is that right?
We've won our last 3 games.
Trust the process. Yeah.
Look, you got to go. Sometimes you got to go back to come forward. You know what I mean? But then obviously Spurs have always been at the back, and even when they got to the front, they still couldn't get it over the line. That's Spursy for you. Okay, so we're talking about processes, and we are deluded.
I'm being kind as it's your show, but go on, Bob.
Oh, you can be as horrible as you want. Don't worry about it. Hopefully it gets more views. Come on, say what you want to say, Linton. Come on.
It's fine. No, let's go on about the process.
Well, the next question is, who would you rather have, Nuno or Arteta? And I guess if we're coming down to processes and seeing, maybe we should add that in. So where you think you're going with Nuno, and then we'll talk about where we think we're going with Arteta. So let's start with Tim this time. Who would you rather have?
I mean, Nuno, he's going to be most people's favourite. All the neutrals are going to select Nuno, I'd imagine, in answer to this question, and obviously I am as well. He's got more heritage as a football manager. He's done more. He's had more success at different clubs in different countries. He's done remarkably.
Let's go back to that. Like success. What success has he had?
Well, I'm comparing to Arteta because this is the question.
Right.
I'm not comparing.
What trophies has Nuno won?
That famous 4th place trophy in Spain.
Okay.
Who was that for?
Valencia. He qualified 4th.
Okay.
Wow. But that's not a trophy. Start off.
Anything else?
So,
what else has he done?
Just to confirm, like his achievements, in light of our mid-table situations at the moment.
If we're talking, this sounds like a Tottenham thing of saying success again, because Mikel Arteta, whatever you want to say about him, has a bit of.
I've got lots to say about this. I'll tell you now.
Linton, you'll get your time.
We're still on Tim. We're still on Tim.
I was just saying that if you say about more success, if you actually were to look on a comparable statistics, Arteta's won the FA Cup. A major trophy in England and one of the most coveted trophies you can win. So I'm not saying this, but I don't think you can use that as an argument because he's done
won more.
2 full seasons and he's won more. So
you missed my point. He's got more. He's got more experience in the league.
Absolutely. You said more successes.
He's had more success in league competitions, and particularly with a very much weaker club in Wolves, guiding them to top 10 finishes is a
getting them
remarkable
promoted
achievement.
as well. Getting them promoted as well. The championships, it's a highly competitive division, and to get them promoted to come, I think, whether you get 2 back-to-back 7th places with Wolves, that's a fucking achievement in my book.
Can I put something to both you Spurs fans? I personally don't think Nuno's a good enough manager for Spurs.
It's not potentially I don't think he's potentially our first choice, but jury's out. It's 6 games in, 6 games in, 5 games into the league. He's had a difficult start. He had the whole Kane debacle, which was not easy. We've had injuries. We had Son out. We had the Palace game. We were fucking terrible, but we ended up having a whole back 4 completely changed. We got Tanganga sent off. Dyer went off after less than 30 minutes. We had South American players not coming back, so that was a difficult one.
A bit like what we had to deal with at the start of the season.
He has more heritage. Nuno has more heritage than Arteta in guiding teams to strong league finishes.
So we want to talk about that. Under Arteta, you've had your 2 worst finishes since 94, 95 season. Is that correct, right? And he's also the first manager for this century at Arsenal, even though you've only had a couple, but given that, not to qualify for Europe this year. That's failure. That's fucking terrible. And why your fans are fucking irate. If you lose on Sunday, you'll be fucking getting your plane back out again, Arteta out and all of that bollocks.
What about if you lose though?
6 games in, I think Nuno's not under loads of pressure. You're at home. The pressure is all on Arsenal because I think your fans, your fans are quick to turn on any manager. The way, there's fucking history there. The way that you all turned on Wenger and hoarded him out, which was awful. But yeah, so I think the pressure's on you lot.
Which brings
so let me go back to the original question: who would you rather have, Nuno or Arteta? It's absolutely given. It's Nuno.
Okay. So, but I guess. For me,
but the jury's out on Nuno. Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll see.
Our Spurs fans. So you're saying that obviously everyone's turning on Arteta at the moment. That's fair enough. That people have been. I think things have got better recently. But if Spurs lose tomorrow, how are the Spurs fans gonna be about Nuno?
Can I just add as well? If it's by 2 goals, and then Arsenal above you in the league after our worst start in however long. And you being top of the table, will that make it even worse? The fact that we're then 3 games later sitting above you.
So it will only be 6 games in, so it is what it's.
Yeah, but after 3 games, everyone was saying, "Oh, we're going to get relegated" and stuff like that. So
I think it was more tongue in cheek, to be fair. But yeah, it'll be fucking annoying. But you know, if it's be 6 games in, we'll almost certainly finish above you again. We'll be 6 years in a row this year.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think it's going to be close. So, Mike, who would you rather have, Nuno or Arteta?
I think I don't really know enough about Nuno. You know, I know he did quite a good job at Wolves.
He's bottled the question,
No,
isn't
no,
he?
no. I'm going to answer the question. I wouldn't change Arteta for Nuno, personally, because despite Nuno's, you know, silverware successes like coming fourth in Spain with one of the greatest teams in Spain, Valencia, you know, I think that I've not seen anything of him, you know, to suggest, you know, that Wolves team performance last season. I know they didn't have Jimenez, but they were pretty dreadful, and they had some good players in there. I don't see him as wouldn't be a risk worth taking for Arsenal to go for Nuno when I know Arteta. Yeah, he's not had the best start, but
I think that
there's
also,
a lot of faith in Arteta.
Sorry, Mike, interrupting you, but I think that he raised the bar with Wolves possibly a lot higher than he should have done as well. I think that on a par where they finished last year was probably about right in terms of spending and everything like that, where Wolves would expect to finish. And I think even them finishing where they finished, I don't know where they finished, 13th, 14th
last season. I think
that's pretty much par, to be honest. And I think he overachieved massively getting them 7th. So, and then with Jimenez being injured, and they had quite a few other injuries last season, I think fair dues.
All right, guys. I'm a bit new to this, so I didn't notice the comments, but there's been a few good comments. Chloe saying, loving the North London rivalry coming together here. That's it. Love that. Thank you, Chloe. Solo saying, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. James Wright says, Spurs in the mud. Spurs in the mud. So I don't know how you want to term that, but thank you, James, for the comment. Anthony, evening to you as well. You ready to add ready for the North London derby, and what do you think the score will be? Don't worry, Anthony, we're coming to that at the end of the show. Solo's just put 2 laughing emojis to what do you think the score will be? Probably thinks it's going to be a 0-0. Where are we next? Any Man United fans, get your tissues ready because there's a shortage. Laugh out loud. Hello, Solo. There we go. We won't talk about that. This is the North London derby preview. You know, we're not gonna trash Man United today, but it was funny. Anthony says Nuno all day, but we'll get Conte in. I can tell you now, Anthony.
I can tell you now, Conte ain't going to go to Arsenal.
I can tell you now, 100% Conte is definitely never coming to Arsenal. Amondi, thank you. Hi, Ollie and the panel. Great discussions, guys. Getting me excited for the clash. Thank you, Amondi. You're a legend. But not so thank you, Amondi. He says Nuno for me. He has far more experience. IMHO. I don't know what it actually stands for.
My honest opinion.
Very good. Thank you, Michael. That's why you were on the
down
show.
With the kids. Yep.
Yeah. Paxton Road TV, big up chaps. Top panel this evening. That's another show on FTB Sports. Check them out.
That was Spurs.
That's the Spurs channel. So yeah, if you want to check them out, they're great as well. And Anthony saying, watching the Man United agenda with a Monday and the panels, good opinions flying around on the stream, some sad faces. So Anthony clearly enjoying Man United losing today. So there were the comments. Thank you for the comments. Keep them coming in. I love it. All right. So I guess now my dad's gone. I know everyone's a bit upset about that. Everyone was tuning in for.
I was
Tony
looking forward to him.
But I had a question for him as well. I was going to ask him whether he thought the team that you've got now is possibly the worst he's seen in his lifetime at Arsenal.
No, because he's pretty old and he's seen some bad teams. I remember, actually, this is quite a good little story. I remember once we lost to you when I must have been about 13 or 14. We lost away and I had a right old tantrum about it because I knew I had to go into school the next day. And obviously I'm a mouthy, so everyone knows I'm an Arsenal fan. They all get on stuff me. And he pulled me aside and went, you know what, Oliver, stop sulking, man up. And I used to support Arsenal when they were shit. They didn't win anything. Like, you want to go back to what we've got now? And then after that, I was kind of like, all right, Dad, yeah, no worries, mate. So
but the tantrums haven't stopped, though, so clearly you didn't learn that much.
You know, I always like a tantrum. But
I'm not. What was it the last time we beat you? Went on a WhatsApp hiatus for fucking about
Yeah,
2 months.
The WhatsApp hiatus had to happen.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dark days.
So if you lose tomorrow, you're gonna have another. Are you gonna go absent again, or
No, you know
Gonna go
the
dark?
thing is, the funny
Gonna
thing is
sulk?
now I'm doing all this kind of football media stuff. I can't really go dark anymore. You know, there's no excuses.
Good.
And then yeah, should we have a reaction show? Should we have a reaction show? Should we? Should we try and get one in?
Can we
And,
decide at like 6:30 tomorrow night?
Yeah, let's chat tomorrow about 6:30.
I would definitely take Arteta for the simple reason. Look at the facts. He's won more, and always trust the process. That's what I say. Always trust the process. Anthony
I'm
says,
enjoying the
I've been a
process,
fan
to be
since
fair.
1984, and this is the worst team by far. There we go. We'll end that question on that.
There we go.
There we go. Anthony's putting it right. Okay. I think this next question is quite a good one. Okay. So I've called it Battle of the Right-Backs. Okay. Because we were after Tomiyasu, and well, we weren't actually. We were after Royale, and we got Tomiyasu. Right. And I've put this in there because the last few games he has got ripped to shreds. Okay, and Tomiyasu's come in and he has been, I have to say, he's probably looking like
He's been brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, he's just been absolutely outstanding.
Against
So,
Norwich and Burnley.
How many has he played to? I'll be absolutely honest on this one. I haven't seen him play, to be fair. So,
well,
I can't really give too much of an
He's
opinion.
been very solid. And he's done all right going forward. The real test is going to be tomorrow up against Son.
I like him though. He looks up for it.
He does, but
up for the battle, up for the fight.
This is going to be one of his hardest tests. In the right back position, playing up against Son, because he's going to be.
I presume you mean ever, not in the last 3 games.
I mean, in one of
class.
his toughest tests in the Premier League, I would say. I don't think. There's not many tougher games he'll get. Maybe Grealish, up in that position is going to be tricky for him. Mane, but Son's, he's right up there, and that's a real threat. That threat coming in from the back, counter attack. He's not really going to know where Son is. He's not going to have like an opportunity to see him in front of him the whole time. He's going to be everywhere. So I think if he has a good game tomorrow and he keeps Son quiet, then we know he is a very real deal, and I think that's going to be a proper test for him.
I thought. So I was
go
going to say
on,
about Emerson Royale. I thought because his first game was against Palace, and I thought
It was terrible.
proper baptism of
He got
fire against
he
Zaha.
got
Fucking destroyed him.
absolutely ruined.
But I think I don't know.
He's supposed to be a lot better going
early
forward, though,
days.
isn't he? I think his
Right.
defensive work's always been a bit dodged, but going
Yeah,
forward,
they say that I haven't seen much of him going forward yet, so we'll see. But I don't know. I'm hoping it's not another fucking Gilberto Brazilian player that we had a few years back. Jesus Christ! But he's got good pedigree. He comes from he came from Barcelona and he had a good loan last year. So we'll see. He's raw. He's young, but he's just got another international call up. So for
Is he
Brazil,
23?
so,
Is he 23?
yeah, his early 20s, 22, 23. So we'll see, but I don't know. I haven't seen Tomiyasu play, although he's meant to be good, isn't he?
No,
He
but
did well at Bologna.
this
Is
is
it
why
Bologna?
Yeah.
I asked the question because
Bologna.
you guys are pretty sure you sent a message saying you signed him at one point. Tim, Emerson Royale, what's been your opinion of him so far?
Well, I think it's a bit early to judge players, isn't it? Like a couple of games in, you can have a bad game in your first game when you're off the plane and stuff. You're getting used to your new teammates, or you're against he got tormented by Zaha, but Zaha's a good player. He knows the Premier League, and Zaha was probably rubbing his hands at someone in their first game. So when we were in for him, I got in touch with a few friends over in Brazil, and they're telling. Oh yeah, international. Right? Everyone's phone.
Agent Tim over there got on the old blower.
I was like, who's this Royale lad? And they tell me he's the next Cafu, and that's what everyone on the streets and everyone's saying in Brazil. So
on the street,
people are excited about him.
Are
And
there
that's
people
all I
on the
can
streets
say.
that haven't got a TV, so they don't know his voice? Or
just
Mate,
so you know,
what are you saying about Brazil, man? What are you saying?
Tim
said
is,
people on the streets.
I'm saying the word on the street.
Oh, sorry, I got you saying. Yeah.
Tim is exclusive to the 6 of 1 podcast. So if ever you need any of these Little
Global Coops.
global coops. Then you come to
you
the
used to
6
live
to
with
1.
some South Americans. I live with Brazilian girls, get in touch with her, some friends and that. I was like, who's this Royale? Cafu, mate. Next
What did they
Cafu.
say about Gilberto?
This is why now I research, because of
Well, it's funny. It's funny you should say that because I've got a lot of friends in Japan, and so
Well, I thought you might. Yeah.
I got on the blower, and I found out Tomiyasu was world class. No, I didn't. All I'm saying is
I've got a
but
good
Tim-
stat for you. He's
Oops.
already played more Premier League minutes than any other Japanese player Arsenal have ever had.
There you go.
And we've had a few, and they've just never.
and they've not
never
been
taken
very
off.
good.
Nope.
But I guess to the Royale thing, and that's why I put the question across, is I from what I've seen of him, I am very happy that we got Tomiyasu. So from his performances, Tim and Linton, are you happy with those performances so far?
what you've probably got here is like you've got a Ben White character. He's a rubbish player essentially. He's just doing okay for a couple of games against some crap clubs. But what's he going to give you long term? You know, is he going to be a change maker? For us, I think we've got a chance with Royale to be he can make a real impact. Whereas you've got Tomiyasu, I'm not sure that's going to be the case.
Who's already made an impact?
Well, I'm not sure he's had a couple of safe performances, is what you're telling me.
Isn't that what you want from a right back?
Not sure
Safe
in the modern
performances.
game. Do you want to win leagues? You don't just want safe performances. You want them to be
Well,
generating chances,
are you
scoring
saying
goals,
you're going to win the
tormenting
league?
players.
You're going to win the league with Royale at right back. He's
I
one
think
of.
as we're buying players,
I
we're
think
looking
what
to
he's trying
improve
to
our
say-
teams, aren't we?
He hasn't been tested yet, so jury's out. I think jury's out on both of them, to be honest.
The Royale
I-
was tested, and he was brutally tested by
Right.
Zaha.
There you
But
go.
he's young. He'll learn from it. You know, we'll see how he gets on
Yep.
in future games. So yeah, we'll
This
see.
is how far you've fallen, Ollie. Like you don't even believe that there's a good future for you. You've got no hope. You
I
don't
thought it
think that
was
your
an interesting
signings are
question.
going to be taking you to the next level. Like, and you think we're blind, but we're just building, aren't we? This is the process for us to win the league. You know what I mean? We're buying players to win the league.
The whiskey's kicking in now.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's fair enough. Anthony also says Tomiyasu has been the best signing this season for us, better than Ben White. Hope he heads the ball in the derby. That would be great, wouldn't it, if he did score a goal against Spurs? So, well, I still think I asked the question because I judge from what I've seen of Royale and what I've seen of Tomiyasu so far, and right now I'm with Anthony. I think he's far better than that Royale lad, but the jury's out, like you say. We will wait and
I
see.
think it's a bit too early to judge, mate.
There'll be some good testimony because I think Royale will be up against probably Smith Rowe or Saka, I imagine.
I'm not
Say probably two
convinced
other
Royale will start, to be honest. I don't
He
know.
might not start.
Do you reckon? Who are
No,
you
I
playing?
don't know.
Doherty.
Doherty.
It might
Hold on a
probably
second.
maybe even Tanganga right back.
He's not going to start. I mean,
Well,
Are
I don't know.
kidding me?
We've
Saving
got
it
a
for the
few
league to decide-
options.
the
We've got a few
title decider.
options, mate. We've
Go
got a
on,
few
so
options.
When you were Mike was comparing left wingers in the Premiership, and you said Grealish, well, Tanganga did a job on Grealish against City, like from right back. So you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. We're building
did
a
have a
sort
good
of
game.
squad.
He
You
did
know what I
have a
mean?
good
Yeah,
game
but-
against Grealish.
So
I
he
think-
may well start there. Yeah.
So I think we pretty much answered that question. Tomiyasu is better because
he starts.
he's going to start tomorrow.
For a worse club.
Well, that's debatable.
Who's your backup right back option at the moment? Because
Ainsley Maitland-Niles
Cedric, maybe.
I forget you got Cedric.
and
Or
Chambers. Chambers, yeah.
Jesus.
But
So
I remember
would you-
I liked Chambers years ago, but yeah, he's not quite flourishing the way.
Would
that-
you say then
Unfortunately.
Tanganga is your first choice right back then?
But do you think you'd be worried about starting him again after? 'Cause he was very hot-headed,
Yeah.
wasn't he, against Palace? Do you think you'll be a bit afraid to kind of throw him into
He
the
played
heaty
midweek against
North
Wolves
London
today.
derby?
Yeah, well, yeah. Hopefully, he'll put an arm around him and tell him to wise up. But we'll see.
Because he's such a great manager. Okay. All right. So, next question. Spurs. Oh, show it again. Spurs have only won once at the Emirates. Will this change tomorrow? Your record at
We've
the
won
Emirates.
twice.
Not
Once in the league.
In the league. We're talking about the league.
Oh,
I
yes.
did go back and I checked my facts, people. Okay, I did check, and there was that League Cup win, but we're not including that there. We're including the league because it's
Convenient, isn't it?
It's my show, brother. It's my show. So, how confident are you, Linton, that you're going to get a win tomorrow?
Probably from me stumbling, you can see how not
Yeah,
confident I am.
I
don't know.
recognise that Linton stumble.
I can we
Guilty
win?
as
Yes.
charged.
Can we win? Yes. If we look back to how it used to be, how when we were at school, Mike, it used to be. I used to dread it, and it used to be damage limitation, and I used to hate it. But now we can go to the Emirates. We play well. We play on our game. We'll win. I do believe that. I think that we can win. And every game over the last 3-4 years, but one is it or two, have been close, and we've gone ahead at half time and stuff. But I don't know. We can win. Depend if we play like we did against City first half against Chelsea, we'll win. But we just have to.
Do you think that's how you're going to set out? Because I just guess coming back to that Nuno question, I mean, he's more negative than Arteta. Like he is, his style of play, and it's worse than Arteta's, and that's saying something, in my opinion. Do you think he's going to be every man behind the ball, hit him on the break, try and get a goal on the break?
I think, but he's only had to play like he has because we've had, our team's had so many injuries, and we've had to, he hasn't properly had his. I don't think his team out yet.
To injuries, Linton. Okay, everyone.
No, well, he hasn't had his team. So we've had lots of people coming in and out, whether they've been away on international duty and stuff. So I don't think we've actually seen Nuno's team yet.
What is Nuno's team?
Yeah, what is the team?
Well, no, this is what I'm saying. I think that he's been waiting to bring in our
Rightbacks.
midfield, which has been an absolute mess. But I think that once we get Ndombele integrated into that side, I think our attacking threat's going to improve massively.
Weren't you trying to sell then?
Yeah, I thought he was going, wasn't he?
Potentially, but he's staying. So
Right,
and
cool. All right, so we're going to
so
move
anyway,
on.
yeah. No, I don't want to move on yet. So, I think we can win. Let's say that. Let's think. So, I'm not going to, like I said exactly before. It's.
You think you
can win at the Emirates?
You think you can win? Okay.
Use the word will. What about the will word?
So Michael Reed, give us that stat that you told me about not so long ago.
Yeah, as we know, traditionally North London
He's our stat
derbies
man.
were a bit of a desert in terms of dryness of goals. In the Premier League this season, I think Arsenal have won 2 games 1-0. Tottenham have won 3 games 1-0. In the rest of the Premier League, they've only been 4 1-0 victories so far. So it'd be a brave person, I think, to go for goals tomorrow. And I think I would be really.
Oh no!
Oh, he's gone.
I think what I can finish for him now. I think he was going to say, I'd be really surprised if Arsenal get a result. I think that's what it was about this guy.
I think he was going to say, I'd be really surprised if there's a lot of goals in the game. Oh, he's back. He's back. We'll let him back in. Don't worry.
I was so surprised. I left the room. I'd be really surprised if Nuno doesn't play counter-attack, because I think that's when Tottenham are at their strengths, and Kane dropping in, runners behind. Yeah, I think that they will be going with that. So I don't expect many goals tomorrow. I think there's going to be a really tight encounter. I think there could be some nervousness going on. I think form always goes out the window in the North London derby. We know this. The kind of form, doesn't really come into it. Of the teams, we're probably on a better trajectory. We are hitting a little bit of form, even though we've not really been tested. I think Tottenham will be a bit nervous, but I think they're going to be so up for tomorrow. And as we know, dear old Harry, he loves to go against us, so I wouldn't rule out a little penalty from him. I think it's 5 of his last 7 North London derby goals have been a penalty. So he's going to be looking for that turf in the game.
Cool.
That's the fact. 5 out of his last 7 goals.
Before I come to Tim, we're going to come to you. Got a few more comments. There's 78 wins for Arsenal. I'm assuming at 61 wins for Spurs. 51 draws in totals of the games. That might tell us. Thank you, Anthony, for more stats. Love that. Ian, Arsenal versus Spurs, the Dumb and Dumber of North London. That's pretty good. Go on, Mike. Give us a Dumb and Dumber quote.
Do I have to?
Petey,
the blind
foot long. Who's got the foot long?
Great film.
Oh, great. There we go. Anthony said it is 60 wins for Tottenham. Sorry, not a problem, Anthony. It's a
Keep
good
the
comment.
stats coming.
Ian, I'd kind of smile if Arsenal win. Daniel Levy, the best negotiator, but the worst investor. There we go.
That is a gravestone inscribing right there, isn't it?
Okay, so let's go to Tim. Do you think you can win tomorrow? Do you think you can win, considering the record at the Emirates? Do you think you can go there and?
Yes, absolutely. We've got better players than you, so yeah, we can win. Mike said that we're best on the counter-attack. I think that's absolutely just not the case. Our best time with current players has been when we're at teams and we're on the front foot. It's just a shame that Mourinho was anti-playing like that.
Yeah, I don't remember it happening before. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Nuno follows the same playbook.
But when we played Chelsea, second half against City, we were at them, and also Tanganga dominated because everyone had that spirit of getting at them. First half against Chelsea, until we started imploding in the second half by giving away cheap goals by just errors, basic errors, and then our heads go down terribly, which is a disgrace.
Sounds a lot like Arsenal. Yeah,
but actually, our best performances or periods of success within games, which is hilariously annoying, is when we're attacking and we're on the front foot because we've got the quality players and we should be able to do that. So I believe if we did that again, if we come out like that against Arsenal, we can put pressure on you and we can crumble you because you're weak and we've got world-class players and you haven't.
Cool. So Anthony said again, Odegaard scored the last goal against Tottenham in the 2-1 win. Will he score again for us? The problem with Odegaard is I don't see him scoring a lot of goals, but that was a good goal. So fingers crossed he does score again. I think when you go back and you look at the stats, I think the old man said it was going to be a draw. But I'm quietly confident that you will not beat us at the Emirates. I think it's going to be a good game and it will be tight. But I don't think it's going to be your time tomorrow. I'm not as scared by the Spurs team as I had been by Spurs teams in the past. So leading on to that, our next question: how scared was I when I brought this match and I made you watch all of the highlights of this match? Let's talk the 4-4 at the Emirates, right? I'm telling you, right, some of those players in both teams were absolutely dog shit, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know how they all decided to score in that game. But I have to say, watching it back is probably one of the best North London derbies ever at the Emirates. So we're just going to go around and just give me, obviously, Mike, were you at the game? I remember being at the game.
I was at the game, yeah.
Yeah, we were both at the game. So
when I was a season ticket holder.
Yeah, red member now, but don't worry, you can get back up to that level.
I know,
Not a
yeah,
problem.
one day.
Did either of you leave early to beat the crowds?
Okay,
nope.
I was going to come to this, and when I was watching the highlights, you did see a lot of Spurs fans had gone, and there was a lot.
Yeah.
We always have the rule, don't we? We never leave before the end, ever, never. Even if we're getting beaten 5-0, we stay to the end. That's the way it goes. So let's work the other way around now. Linton, what do you remember about that 4-4 game?
So where did I watch it? I was up at uni in Preston, and I can remember the Bentley goal. And I was
really early on.
It was just fucking ridiculous. And then I couldn't, you went 3-1 up, then it was 3-2, then 4-2. I think when you went 4-2 up, I can kind of remember just the usual standard, for fuck's sake, Spurs. And
we were at
We
that
even,
point.
like-
I think we should have been 5 or 6. We were like
Yeah.
missing chances left, right, centre. You'd never look like coming back into that game.
And I think like when it went to 4-3, and I can remember when we fucking equalised. It was fucking dancing around a random pub in Preston. That the fucking obviously Narva Spurs fans about.
The only Tottenham fan, yeah.
Pretty much. But it was, and like, we almost won it as well, didn't we? Because there was still like another minute or so, and I was like, we could fucking win this here. I was like,
Yeah.
it wasn't to be. But I don't know. I think that was a point where. I don't know. Maybe you all feel differently, but like where I thought actually, we're on fucking the goons level now. Like I thought that you proper crumbled then. And it was
We
almost-
nearly
almost-
did win. We nearly won the league that season. So.
Yeah, no, we were good.
And I
that
think it was
season.
start. It was I think it was a start then of like after you still had some good players back then though. I think.
Mm.
But,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, we still weren't
Last season
particularly
of-
great.
Did Van
I think the
Persie
season
leave
before-
after that?
No, that was it like 2008, I think, that game or something. It was Harry Redknapp's first game in charge.
All right, let's go to you, Spike. Obviously, you were there with me. What did you think about? What was your feelings on that 4-4?
Obviously didn't see it coming, and I, tried to be diplomatic. It was at those times that I think we went into games, in all honesty, expecting to win against Tottenham. It isn't like that now. It literally is on a knife's edge as to which way it could go. But back in those days, even with Mikel Sylvester as centre back and goal scorer in the game, unbelievably. When we're 4-2 up, we were over you. Van Persie, I think Fabregas, Nasri, Walcott causing problems up top. Yeah, it was just a shock. But in those days, in all honesty, it was like, do you know what? Let them have this. This is their trophy for the season. Getting a point against Arsenal, bring out a DVD, ready for Christmas. That is all honesty how it was. It's not like that now, I admit, but it didn't really in those days, like that sort of thing didn't bother me. So I thought, do you know what? We'll just go on and carry on and aim for the successes that we may achieve. Great hindsight there, of course, because it's not been very good since then. But it was a great game, and there were literally no Tottenham fans left at the end. I remember because there were lots of them when we got outside who suddenly were a bit more vocal, but they didn't actually see the last 2 goals go in. And I think that was when my dad. My dad was walking through the train, and a Spurs fan looked at him and spat out the window, which is one of his favourite stories, along with what Linton said to him the day of we beating you 3-1, which I won't repeat on air because it's a bit of a rude word.
Okay.
I'm not even sure that happened, to be fair.
Spurs fans spitting on tube windows. I'm pretty sure.
It's nice.
It's happened to me before when they've punched the window because they've seen my horrible mug on there. Tim, what do you remember of the 4-4? What did you feel like watching that game?
Was that Harry's very first game? Because
it was.
I don't think his first ever game was against Bolton at home.
Right,
I think we won 2-3-0. So I
I
think
think
it
it was
might have been
his
his.
first game. I think it was his first
For the
game
other one.
in the dugout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might have.
And that was just,
No,
and it was
okay.
just, I guess that was the roller coaster begun with Harry Redknapp. But we were a good team because obviously we won the League Cup.
But
the
you
year
had
before.
some poor players in that team, though.
But Hutton, if he was in our squad now, might be fighting for that right back position. So
he was that pass he made. Do you remember that
Yeah.
pass he made to Adebayor?
Oh,
It was like
mate.
a 40-yard pass.
there's no
How was a
one
professional
there.
footballer doing that?
Yeah, no, that's like me, yeah. Wow. But anyway, yeah, there's some bad players. But I was thinking there, I hope Royale isn't a right back version of Gomez in goal because
He was
Aurelio
terrible.
Gomez,
that
mate.
game.
He's a classic. He'll make a worldie save,
Yeah.
and then he'll just do some chaos creating in the box. And that's
Well, I
he
think
did a
the
couple
season-
for those goals,
Was that his first season with you? Because it was either the season before that or one before that where we went out to PSV and he was unbelievable. We lost 1-0 and that Alex scored
Yeah, I remember that.
the winner. And Gomez was like unbelievable. It's like there was 3 of him in goal. He just got everything, and he didn't quite carry that form through, did he? Almunia
that was
was terrible.
thing with him.
He was terrible.
Go on, Knightsy.
I was just going to say the thing with him. I can remember him like a few games being phenomenal, and then there was a time. Do you remember where he was just having that lack of confidence? And I can remember like a howler. I think it was against Fulham, where he just let the ball go through, and then the week after there was another one, and it was just like I don't know. I did quite like him though. I thought he was is a decent keeper, but it was just
coming back to that game though, keeping it on the keepers. That Bentley goal, obviously a great effort. He's caught the keeper, but the keeper's had a nightmare not getting.
I mean, how
rooted.
I think
Didn't
it just took him
dive
by
properly.
surprise. It was like,
it did. Yeah. But
For me,
when you look at the goals,
it was
again,
Al Munya. Like when he was in training, and whoever was training him was going like, right, when you save it, what you do is you push it to the left or the right, so that people can't follow it in, right? 3 of those goals were parried straight back into the striker goal. It was probably 2 of the worst goalkeeping performances I've ever seen.
Another goal in that game, which is underrated. Genius's goal in that game was
That was a great goal.
phenomenal.
It was a great
Absolutely,
because it was one that didn't come off the goalkeeper.
Well, the Modric one was getting a hit. The effort was getting so much kudos, but it took such a huge deflection. Who knows where that shot was going? But Genius's was very sweet. I'm sure he has a picture of it somewhere, and it's because he hasn't got much else to sing about in his career.
I think I spoke to you about it was probably his second consecutive goal against Arsenal in games because he scored in that 5-1 the previous season.
And you love his celebration as well. His celebration. I love all these people nowadays like, oh yeah, no, they don't celebrate. They don't spell it. Bentley was like, yeah. It's like
Bentley didn't care,
he did not care.
He was another one. Bentley. It was probably his best thing in a Spurs show. He did nothing for us.
Yeah. There were a lot of mercenary goals in that game because then obviously Gallas got a goal, Sylvester got a goal.
It's like, how did Sylvester ever play in an Arsenal shirt? He was the worst defender ever.
Darren Bent as well scored for us, didn't he?
He did.
He's a gooner. This is what I don't get. He's just like this, absolutely like listening to him on TalkSport, and he's just like this self-confessed gooner. I'm like, he played for Spurs up front. I don't get it. I don't know.
This is why this is such a good game, because if you take all of that thing into context, it's just like insane. It was 4-4. All the crap players scored. Both of the keepers had a mare.
It was a mad game, wasn't it? It was a mad game.
I'd go with Anthony's comment there, David Bentley, with that goal. I remember going in, and I was just like livid.
I do everyone might go, was that Bentley? Was that really Bentley?
I think Bentley looked to surprise everyone else. He was like, what have I just fucking done?
He did when he was bloody celebrating, I'd say that. Here's another comment, which is going to lead us nicely on to the last topic, which is the score predictions. Don't forget, Tottenham have let in 6 goals in 2 games, and we have let in 0 with our defence. So that'd be a 1-0 win to us. 3 points of the clean sheet away. Keep your sheets clean. Thank you, Anthony. He's been full of wise remarks this evening. So we're nearly done.
Can you give me a moment? Would you mind if I read a short poem?
Go for it.
Oh, we're marching into Europe in the shape of Jimmy Greaves. We humbled the Italians, put the Germans to their knees. Oh, you've never seen anything like it in the present or the past. And as for fucking Woolwich, you can stick 'em up your ass. La 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 la.
Trust you to bring a touch of class to the
that ain't a poem. That's
a song.
But I thought you were going to come out with some Shakespeare, but you came out with that, and that's what you chose to do. So you uncultured bastard. So anyway, let's start with Tim after his little song, his little chant, his little poem, he called it. Score predictions, please. What is the score tomorrow going to be? Who's going to score? And at what times are they going to score? Because I'm a gambling man, so I like to take these things into account.
So, going against the run of play that Stato has given us, I'll go for 3-2 to Tottenham. 1-1 at half-time.
1-1 half-time, good.
And we'll go on to dominate the second half.
So 1-1 at half time, and then you'll go 3-1 up, or you go.
No, I think I like the glory idea of you get a goal, you're all thinking you're going to go for it, and then obviously Royale with an assist and a goal takes it away from you.
He's going to bloody score.
Super sub on a half time.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going 3-2. Michael, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go for 1-0 to Arsenal at half time. And I'm going to go for a Gabriel goal from
Nice.
set piece.
Nice.
And then
nice.
I think that Kane will score, make it 1-1. And then I'm going to go for an Aubameyang winner.
Lovely stuff.
Aubameyang.
Stuff. Linton, how's it going to go, bro?
I'm gonna go. I'll go 2-1 Spurs.
Okay.
I'm kind of I don't know. I've got a little feeling that we could sneak it tomorrow. It's always those times where I'm not that confident and we actually get a result.
It's your cup final, isn't it?
Well, playing Spurs is everyone in London's cup final, isn't it?
I forget
really?
that. Sorry, thank you for reminding me.
Of course, because you're so good.
Exactly. I'll go
Because everyone
2-1
likes to win the cup
Spurs.
final. That's why.
2-1 Spurs. Harry Kane and
Royale
Son.
brace.
In the
And
first
then-
half, so you go 2-1 up in the 2-0 up in the first
1-1
half.
at half time. I think 1-1 half time. I'll go 1-1 half time. We go 1 up. You come level half time, then we'll go and win 2-1. There you go.
Okay. So just Anthony's got a little song here for you that I will sing. It's a poem, actually, and it goes, "What do you think of Tottenham? Shit. What do you think of shit? Tottenham. Thank you. That's all right." Thank you, Anthony, for another insightful comment. I dig that a lot. I think we're going to win 2-1. I think we will go 1-0 up on the 33rd minute. And I think Saka is going to score the first goal.
When was the
And
last
then
time Saka scored a goal? I was going to ask that because
scored one in a while. We haven't scored a lot, so let's not focus on that. That's why he's due one. And then I think we'll go 2-1 up in the 57th minute. 2-0 up, should I say. And then we'll concede a goal about 10 minutes later from Harry Kane. And then it will be absolutely pooey for the last till the end of the game. It will be backs to the walls, kind of defending until the end. So well, guys, good luck tomorrow. I'm going to the game. I've been asked by some people at FTB, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? It's like I'm going to be so smashed by the time that first ball gets kicked that you do not want to put me on any kind of show.
Yeah. We couldn't have a reaction show with you tomorrow night.
Are you going with your dad tomorrow? Is it you and your old man?
No, it's me and my brother tomorrow. Which hopefully it goes better than when I went to Millwall on Wednesday night, and I got so drunk I got lost in London and had to pay £50 for an Uber home. So
yes, getting lost in London.
That was Millwall. That was not
Hey,
Arsenal.
you survived. That's the main thing.
Mate, I was in Surrey Keys. I ended up in Highbury and Islington. Don't know how.
You went the wrong way, didn't you? You went on the wrong train. Got on the wrong way.
I think I went the wrong way. Then I fell asleep, and then I pranged out, and then I don't know what happened. But it was a massive waste of £50. But you live and you learn. Tomorrow I will get the right train home, and I think it's going to be a good game. So we're going to bring the show to a close. Thank you so much, Linton. Do you want to?
We should add. Yeah, I was going to say you can say it. Go on.
What?
You go. I think I was going to say the same thing as you.
What? No, I was just going to say thank you to you guys.
I was going to say,
what were you going to say,
today's
Mike?
a special day. It's Linton's birthday, everyone.
Of
It is my
course.
birthday, yeah.
Of course, it is Linton's birthday, so we should say.
Cheers. It's my birthday, and you can probably tell I've got a fucking stinking cold and feel like absolute shit. But
Tim, Tim, you don't have any birthday poems.
Dragged me out of bed for this.
Not tonight, see, no, sorry, mate.
I've got one.
You're going to sing me happy birthday?
I've got one that
Sing
goes,
it, man.
happy birthday, suck on my balls. Happy birthday, suck on my balls. You like that one?
Classic.
Rich and compelling.
That's one of my suck on my balls chants. There are plenty of others, which will probably be previewed on the 6 of 1 football show. Tune in right here. So yeah, thank you, Linton. Happy birthday. Thank you for coming
Thank you very
on
much.
and all your insightful comments. Do you want to know where we can find you, or are you just happy just
I'll stay in the dark. It's fine.
staying in the dark? Michael Reed, thank you for coming on today. And do you want to tell us where you can find you?
Just if you want me, speak to Ollie.
Tim Ridgewell, thank you so much for coming on today. Do you want us to know where to find you?
Mate, you can see me around Loughton High Street whenever you want to come down. Just ask for me. Most people know about me, so
Everyone knows him.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank everyone who's made comments and watched today. Namaste, and we look forward to North London Derby tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Up the Spurs. Come on, lads.
Cheers, Bob.
Good
Cheers,
night.
Bob.